Okay, it's about time to start second cutting, and I've got the 1655 with the 620 baler. We're gonna try that whole combo out and see if it works. Also took the loader off the 1655. But first off, we've got to get that field that I had in wheat disked down and ready to plant again. So I've got the 806 and had this International 540 four-bottom semi-mount plow that I've never used before, and ended up getting a new hydraulic hose for it and got it hooked on the tractor. And you can see by the shined moldboards it actually plowed a little bit. So I just wanted to make sure that the thing worked, and it does. So I'm going to put more gas in the tractor and we're going to go out and finish plowing that field. All right. As you can tell, I've done just a little bit to make sure the plow will work. At least halfway set up for this tractor. Unfortunately, the cylinder at the back of the plow, it was leaking a little bit yesterday. It has totally given up the ghost today. I do have a cylinder I think that I can swap, so I'm already out here in the field. I'm going to make one pass and then go back and see if I can swap that cylinder out, but it can't even hold that rear wheel off the ground anymore. Hold the rear plow on. So we'll make one pass and then go back to the farm and then go far. Yeah, it's actually starting to hit the ground now. Slowly. Oh well. Yeah, that back cylinder is totally hosed. But the plow's plowing really good. I don't know if my grandfather ever used that plow. I did not buy it. It was actually sitting in the dirt, and I had to get it out of the dirt. But it looks good with the moldboards shined up. So I'll see if I can't change that cylinder out real quick, and then if we can get back going again. It really should not take me that long to get all of that plowed. And then once it's plowed, I've got my disc right over there. You can't even see it, it's all grown up around it, but the disc is right there, and then the harrow's just down from it. And I will grab those and use them. Okay, new cylinder, and it picks up the plow. How about that? So we're just gonna get back to the field. This fuel gauge is super off. I put 10 gallons in it, so it should be plenty. And we're gonna get that plow. I was worried about how this tractor would do with no weights, no nothing, but it's doing a great job. I lost the GoPro. I'm over there. I got all this done along this tree line. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm just doing it. And I'm working on the headland over there. And I realized the GoPro was gone. My heart was beating out of my chest. But I figured it probably got wiped out on one of these trees. And sure enough, you're laying on the ground right there. Oh, well. I figured that it would be under one of these, limbs. But if I couldn't find it, I was thinking I'd have to call someone with a metal detector or something. But fortunately, you're here. So, I'm finishing up. I don't know. Really, I've never moldboard plowed before, so I'm turning the dirt in towards the field on these headlands, and I think I'll be able to do a pretty good job of smoothing it out. This is way smoother than when I chisel plowed this field. I prefer the moldboard a lot better, and the tractor doesn't have to pull as hard. Like this right here, I mean, this is not really smooth, but it's smooth enough that you could probably plant into it if you wanted to. And that's just probably a condition of the soil, but some of the field is bumpier and then some of it's smoother. And there are a good deal of rocks in this field. That one's square. Because there's a creek right there and a creek right there. So this is surrounded by 3 creeks. And a lot of coal in it as well. Here's some right here. That's coal. You can walk around this field and the other field just over there and find as much coal as you want, because this land was a strip mine at one point. And I mean, it's everywhere. And I have a wood stove at my house, and one time I grabbed some of this coal and just brought it up there and burned it for fun, and it burned so hot I was scared I was gonna hurt the stove. Oh well, crisis averted. Let me get this all finished up. Well, the 1755 is out. And the case disc. This might be too much of a disc. It kind of does get aggressive with the ground, and I'm almost half tempted to put the wings out, but that is kind of a lot of work. So, we're gonna see how it does. I just want to get it somewhat smooth so I can get the harrow out and run the harrow over it and get it ready to plant. I don't know. I thought about putting soybeans in it if I can find some short season beans locally for cheap. But if I can't get any of those, I'm probably just going to put hay seed in it. And it looks like here at the very end, I worked up a pretty good sized rock. Actually, that might be concrete. Well, I'll get out, get off, see what it is. Yeah, I don't know, that looks like concrete. Oh, it's from a post hole by the looks of it. Oh well, we'll cast it off to the side. It's a few days after I took that last video. I ended up getting the harrow out, and just after disking, I harrowed the field. And then I went to West Virginia for a few days. Stayed out there for a little bit, and now I'm back. Got back last night. It's Thursday now. And this morning I went and picked up some seed. This is an old bag I have that's left over, but just some grass seed. I have a full bag under here. And this is what I do when I plant grass and alfalfa. I just put the bags. I have a little bit of alfalfa left over as well from when I did the big field planting. I just leave it in the big box, because why not? And it's super hot today. It's like a real feel of like 105, and I was going to wait until the evening to plant, and I still might do that today, I don't know. But we have this pop-up thunderstorm that's moving in right now, so I rushed to cover this up. Might not be able to hear it on the GoPro, but that's thunder. So this might get a little wet. So we're at the field here. Like I've explained before, this is just a little over 2.5 acres, and I haven't really done that much tillage in my life, so it's been a lot of trial and error with trying different things, and this is probably the smoothest field I've ever made. The top field, which I planted in hay 3 years ago, is really bumpy because I didn't have a harrow at the time, and I disked it really dry, didn't let it rain on it, so didn't really do that good of a job, and it's pretty bumpy. But in this field, this is smooth as can be. I mean, smoother than when it was a hay field for a long time. Yes, whatever that is. But sounds like we got a thunderstorm coming in, which kind of sucks, but this field is pretty hard. It wouldn't hurt to get a little bit of moisture on it before I plant. If I can today, that would be great. Oh, that sounds wonderful. But yeah, this is what we're going to be planting. I'm going to hold off for this storm to come through and then see what we can't do. But this is the field that I took the weed out of, obviously. So looks a lot different than when it had a crop of wheat in it. Okay, I'm gonna get in my car before I get electrocuted. Well, it's planted. I got the 300 put away, and one of the spark plug wires kind of like fell apart halfway through the field, so I robbed a wire off of a parts tractor and got it up in there. So that should be good enough until I can get a set of spark plug wires for it. But tractor did good, the drill did good. I ended up having it set perfectly where right at the end I was basically out. And by the time I finished up at the far end of the field, and by the time I got back, the whole box was basically cleaned out. So perfect. But this little patch here, there's a bunch of weeds in it because this used to be a cattle feedlot, and it's just a whole bunch of weeds in it. This is planted in alfalfa and has just some residual grass growing up. That can get cut. And then way down past this field where I had wheat last year is in alfalfa and grass. That's way ready to be cut. And then the top field, which is on top of this hill, is looking pretty sad. I don't know why, but a lot of the grass is looking burnt. I don't know if it's because we've had such high temperatures or a lack of rain. I feel like we've had adequate rain, but I don't know. I'm probably going to get with the local agronomist and have some amendments put on up there. But this field looks really good. I'm just so happy with how the tillage came out. And that shower that we got, that I had to tarp the planter for, it came down pretty solid for a good, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And then I went and ate dinner and came back and it's dry. So, I mean, we're not necessarily hurting for rain, but we could use it for sure. So I got all that planted. Yeah, I'm just seeing seeds. There's some alfalfa seeds. Some green alfalfa seeds, so looks all good. We'll see how this all comes up. Hopefully it turns out all right. I'm pretty confident that it's going to be an okay yield, but you'll learn in a few months. All right, that's it.